Oh my gosh, getting a breast pump nowadays has literally turned into one of the most difficult things a new mom has to do. I mean, in the olden days, you only had the hook in the wall type of pumps and that was it. But now you have options. You have an option like the Elvie Stride that is truly upped the game in the Elvie pumps that can be covered by your insurance, maybe up to a degree where you have to pay nothing out of pocket. But then you have the luxury pumps. You have the Willow Pump right here. You've probably seen the Willow 3.0 versus Elvie Pump. You've probably seen a lot of these videos as you were trying to make it the proper decision for you. As you're aware, the Willow Pump, just like the Elvie Pump, is one of the luxury pumps at the $500 mark, whereas the Elvie Stride that was just recently released is at the $249 mark, where you have to buy straight from a DME company. You can't buy it straight from Elvie, unfortunately. Let's get down to comparing these two pumps to help you make your decision. First of all, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a coupon code for the Willow Pump, Mommy Shark 25. I have coupon codes for the Elvie products, Mommy Shark 15. Unfortunately, it does not apply to the Elvie Stride because the Elvie Stride is bought directly, like I said, through DME companies. Now, you may be thinking, is it worth it for you to pay possibly an additional $250 to get the Willow Pump? One of the biggest differences between these two pumps is that with the Willow Pump, you can pump in any position you want and you will not leak. Whereas the Elvie Stride, you have to pump upright. I'll also like to preface that I do have a Willow versus Elvie pump insurance video that may help you get these luxury pumps at a lower cost and lets you know all about your rights when it comes to what insurance companies need to cover. Make sure to check out that video. The Elvie Stride comes with a hub, and then I'm going to show you the washable parts, which is the 2 cups, 2 seals, 2 24mm breast shields. If you want a different size, 21 and 28mm flanges are available. 2 valves. Now the non-washable parts are 2 caps and 2 cap seals, and the seals are attached to the caps. 1 tube splitter and a tube stopper right here, so you can actually pump one-sided if you need to. A long tube and the short tubes, they were already attached for me. A USB charger, cover, and clip so that you can put your hub in and attach it to your side or wherever you want to attach it to. When it comes to putting the Elvie Stride together, first you take the valve and you put that right at the bottom here. Then you take the diaphragm and you put it right on top. And as you guys are probably already aware, or if you're not, the Elvie parts, especially the diaphragms, have to always be extremely dry, as the water can create basically friction and disrupt the suctioning. So make sure your parts are completely dry, and then you go ahead and you put the cup. And as you can see, you have really good grip here. Now, when it comes to the hub, I was able to put this on. It's a little difficult to put on, but I was able to put it on successfully. And then when it comes to the clip, you want to hold it up and clip it in just like that, so that when you put it on your clothing, it hangs with face out. You take the tubes, and this is the long tube, and you go ahead and place it in here tightly. And then you take this and just put it in, and you can twist as needed depending on where you want this wire to be sticking out. This stopper basically allows you to empty your milk when you are done before you take the pump apart. If you want to pump one-sided, you basically take the tube that is not being used off, take this little stopper and put it on just like that, and now you can pump one-sided.
With the Willow Generation 3, we have the hub, the flex tube, the flange of your choice, and the Willow bags. And finally, a container if you decide to use the second collection method, which is the reusable aspect of this pump. The pump comes together as simple as this. That is it.
As you guys have seen, the Willow Pump definitely has lesser pieces to deal with. So that may be something you would like to do. Also, that may be something that could be a deal breaker for you with the Elvie Stride. The Elvie Pump also has 2 different collection methods, whereas the Elvie Stride has only one method. With the Willow Pump, you can pump directly into a bag, a Willow bag. And if you pump directly in a Willow bag, you can keep your milk from getting contaminated, assuming you're pumping in a public place. For example, you're a doctor or you're a nurse or you're someone that has to be on the go the whole time. You can also, if you want the reusability aspect, you can also pump directly into their reusable container. When it comes to yet another one of the biggest factors that can sway your decisions is the suction strength and the suction pattern of these pumps. I will tell you that the Willow Pump was known for the really strong suction. When you might want to check out my older videos on this, with the Willow 3.0, they actually changed the suction and how it feels. I am so impressed with the Willow 3.0. I wish I had it earlier. The 3.0 is definitely a lot gentler when it comes to suction than the Willow 1.0 and 2.0, and it is very comparable to the Elvie Stride. The Elvie Stride, in my opinion, is a little gentler even at the setting 10, and I can't take past setting 1 on the Willow Pump, so I can definitely tell you that if you, in your experience, need stronger suction, that the Willow Pump may be for you, whereas if you react better to a softer suction, you might want to go with the Elvie Stride. One thing I want to disclaim, as I always do in my videos, the stronger the suction does not necessarily mean the more milk you will get. Everyone's different. Check out my Willow and Elvie Facebook group where women discuss their different experiences with these pumps. So what you need to really do, if you already have a pump or if you're at the hospital and can get your hands on a pump at the hospital, learn what suction you better react to. And that is my biggest number 1 tip. When it comes to suction pattern, it's a little bit different because the stimulation here is it literally sucks in the nipple and keeps it in. And definitely check out my other video on suction patterns. I actually show you how the pattern goes. And then with the Elvie Stride, it's more of an in and out consistent pattern. Okay, you may be asking about phone applications. How does the phone applications work with these pumps? But before then, let me insert a shameless plug. My husband and I are trying to have baby number 3.
I give up. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I actually started a series on that. You can start by watching the video that I will have for you at the end cards at the end of this video. Going ahead to go into the apps. For the Willow app, what you're gonna need to do is obviously download, or if you already have the app, make sure that you have downloaded the Willow Generation 3 app. There's actually another app made for the Generation 1 and Generation 2. But with the Willow Generation 3, they released a new application. At that point, you want to make sure that you tether your pump to the app. And once you have done that, you'll see in the app, you'll have quick start guides, how-to videos, tips and notifications, your settings, your profile, your pumps. And if you open your pumps, you can see you have a history tab, you have the store if you want to buy anything. But let's go ahead and start the pumps. The Willow pump has a dedicated right pump and a dedicated left pump, whereas with the Elvie Stride, you can put either in whatever side that you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the right pump here, and it's asking me to pair. Let's go ahead and pair. At the top right corner, you will see your battery life of your pump. All right, so I went ahead and put in the pump so we can give the app a try while I'm actually pumping. So here, as you guys can see, I actually have to start my pump by clicking on the actual pump. It starts counting the time. It tells you which phase it's in, stimulation or expression at the bottom, and it also shows you the levels of the suction. Obviously, when I get some milk in, you'll also see the numbers going up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop and release the suction. So let's go ahead and connect the pump by first turning the pump on. and the lights come on at the very top. They start to flicker. Press power to turn on. So it's on. Okay, I've got it. Press and hold the play pause until the side lights start to flash. Say, okay, I've got it. And now it is connecting and it's asking if it can pair. So yes, please go ahead and pair. Pump is connected. Finish. All right, so let's go ahead and go to controls. When you start it, it's gonna be in 2 minutes in stimulation, and then it will kick into extraction. You can most definitely skip the stimulation if you need to by clicking that stimulation button at the top. I'm gonna push play. You can increase the intensity to a level 10. So the Elvie Stride has 10 levels. You can decrease all the way down to a level 1. You can also press the stimulation button to go into extraction or going back into stimulation, and that also affects the level. And then you can set a timer, which is a great attribute. Then you finish session. Yes, session is done, and it will give you the readings of how much milk you've collected. Obviously, I didn't pump, so there's no readings here. Up close and personal here. Well, since I already have the pumps in, I might as well show you what they look like side by side. So here, obviously, the Elvie Stride has a smaller cup because it doesn't actually carry the motor and the hub. I already have the pump set up coming from underneath my shirt. And then this is the Willow Pump. Obviously, the Willow Pump does carry the motor, so this is on this side. To turn these pumps on so you guys can hear the difference in the sound, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Willow Pump for you guys. Okay, this is at level 1. All right, and now going to the Elvie Stride at level 1. So it's in stimulation. I'm gonna go ahead and go into extraction or expression. Let me know if you've tried any of these pumps and your experiences with them in the comments below to help everyone else watching this video. Don't forget to check out my Trying to Have a Baby series right here. You are awesome, and remember to be a shark.